guys, it's Etsy from ShiGig coming at you. Today I'm bringing you my Murakumo Stride deck profile. So this is from set GBT03, which is the third set in the Vanguard G series, Sovereign Star Dragon. This is the Murakumo one. Quick note, sorry I haven't been uploading. I had midterms, and then after that I had to finish my course project and turn it in. And then I have finals next week, so it's kind of been busy for me for school. Don't worry, I will have the Bermuda stuff up. I will have the 16 box opening. I will have the sneak peek videos up for you guys. So you guys don't have to worry about having that on the channel. Just make sure you subscribe for that, if you guys are looking forward to that, and for other videos. Now with the deck profile, I run 3 of the starter. Chain Sickle Stealth Rogue, Onifundo. Basically, this card, when you're at Generation Break 1 at the beginning of your main phase, you can Soul Blast 1, bounces to your hand. Look at the top 3 cards, choose up to one of those, call it to rear guard, put the rest in the bottom shuffle, and then at the end phase, they go to the bottom of your deck. I played 3 because you may have to clone these with your Stride Break. So it kind of helps, and also you can loop these. So let's say you got something bad with this, you got another copy of him, you can call him, loop him again, because it's still the beginning of your main site, so you can do that again, loop it, and then get something else you need, maybe the stand trigger, the clone another unit, or maybe one of the grade 1s, the clones, or some other unit that you may have needed. So that's one way. That's one thing that's really good at doing. Next, for grade 3s, I run 4 Stealth Rogue of Revelation Yasui. This is the Stride Break of the deck. He's very good. Effect is Stride Break effect is combo one during your turn when your G unit strides. You may pay the cost if you do choose one of your rear guards. Search your deck for up to 2 cards with the same name as that unit. Call it 2 separate rear guard. Shuffle your deck, and at the end of the turn, put the cards called with this effect to the bottom of your deck in any order. So again, if you didn't have anything on the rear guard to clone, you can clone the starter, so that way you can start searching and stuff. This actually is pretty good because it'll help. It helps you get set up for other card combos with your Stride Breaks, with other stuff in your deck. Sets you up for multiple attacks with your first Stride, and then helps you get ready to pay the cost for your restanding Vanguard, your restanding Stride. So if you had to clone them, your starter, you can call these 2. And you can bounce these to the hand, so you get to keep these 2, so it's a +2 right there for your countless 1, and you get to call 2 units. And it could have been something like maybe you called the stand trigger and you called another unit, so you can use the stand trigger to search another copy of whatever thing the other thing you called, which can again help you, especially if you hit a grade 2 and you clone that, or maybe you hit a grade 1 and clone that. So it's really good for keeping yourself consistent. And then for my backup grade 3s, I am running the Legion campaign promo, which is Amunio Stealth Rogue Seimei, which looks kind of like a card from Buddy Fight. Samoda, I believe it was his name. I don't play the game, but his effects are Legion. Combo one when this unit is Legion. Choose a unit on your Vanguard circle. Search your deck for up to 2 cards with the same name as that unit. Call them into separate rear guard. Shuffle your deck. At the end of that turn, put the unit called with this effect on the bottom of your deck in any order. During your turn, if you have a rear guard with the same name as a unit on your Vanguard circle, this unit gains 3k. So when you have another copy of either a Legion Mate or him, he attacks for 23. He's really good for late game too. If you just run out of material to copy, or you just can't stride into anything like a Count Blast 2 for your restander, or maybe you just didn't have any combo set up and you just had 1 card in your hand to call the rear guard, you can Legion him, and then you can call the mate, Soul Blast 2, and clone 1 to get a full field off 1 card. It's pretty good, and also Legioning helps you resend the stuff that maybe you didn't have any more copies of stuff in your deck left. You can send those back to deck, so that way you can start doing combos next turn, or do it again that turn. So Murakumo really specializes in cloning stuff, like Shadow Clone Jutsu, and then sending them back to the deck, so it's a hit and run kind of tactic, which is pretty good, but it's kind of bad against some matchups, especially Shadow Paladin, when they can go Phantom Blast or Diablo on you. So for grade 2s, Run 4 Stealth Dragon Rune Star. This is a Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1 when the scene is boosted card. His effect is when you attack, and he can call another copy of himself from deck, and then at the end phase, that card bounces back to the hand. So instead of going to bottom, it goes back to your hand. So you can get another multiple attack if you combo it right, and you can go ahead and add the card to your hand. So it's a complete +1, and it can also set up other combos. I did that in combo in the video of the gameplay of me using this deck. So if you guys want to see that, you can go ahead and take a look at the channel and see it. I'll probably put a link for it at the end of the video. So if you guys want to see this deck in action, it's very good. Helps you set stuff up. And then 4 of Stealth Rogue of the Flowered Hat, Fujino. This card is really good, especially your first turn stride. Its effects are when another viewer Stealth Rogue of the Flower Hat Fujino is placed in rearguard until end of turn. This unit gets power plus 2,000, and this unit attacks hits. A Vanguard, choose a card from your damage zone and turn it face up. So this is your on flipper, which is pretty nice because you do clone. So this is what you really want to have on the field. You want to leave this card in the field to clone on your first stride or second stride. This is your best stride card to clone, because it'll stack power, so especially with the first stride, which I'll talk about later. But the power does stack, so you can stack the power, hit big nice columns, get the ability to unflip, because Counterblast you really have to manage this in this deck, so that way you can keep using your plays and stuff. So having these two unflip is really nice. And then I play 3 of the Legion Mate for my backup grade 3. Transformation Stealth Rogue Kuzunoha, whatever you pronounce it. Soul Blast 1, when this unit is placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard is in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rearguards not named Transformation Stealth Rogue Kuzunoha. Search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as that unit. Call to rearguard, shuffle your deck, and at the end of the turn, put the unit call with this effect to the bottom of your deck. So it only works when you're in Legion, but that's fine. You don't really want to use it other times, because you're either going to use it for your starter or from other stuff. So this is only good when you're like Legion and you need it. So it still helps. I tried some other stuff, but this worked the best from when I was playtesting. Quick note: when you're in Legion with this guy, and you call 2 of these, and let's say you had like 1 grade 1 like this, you can clone it so that way you can get a full field, and then everything goes back to your deck. So if you're playing against Kagura or Link Joker, they can't lock it. So that really helps you keep your advantage and still be able to put pressure, and saves your hand. So it's pretty good. Next is the grade 1s. Now I am playing 2 less than you would of grade 1, so I can get my 2 starters in. I know some people would take out the grade 2s, but the grade 2s are very important for your rushes, because that way you can clone them. And the grade 1s, I've never gotten grade stuck on grade 1. I'll either get grade stuck on grade 2 or grade 3 for some reason, but so it's not really an issue of getting grade stuck on 1 for some reason, but it works for me. I've won most of my games with this. The only deck you'll ever struggle with is Shao Paladin, and I'll explain that later. Okay, so for Stride Father, cards for Yasui, searches out Yasui, so that way you don't have to ride your Legion campaign card, you don't have to ride your backup grade 3. Pretty much straightforward. 4 of the promo, Stealth Fiend Lake Diver. Basically what this guy does is Generation Break 1, when you call him to rearguard, Counterblast 1 and call up to 2 copies of himself. So that gets you 3 copies for your your main stride card, your boss stride, to restand, because you need 3 copies of a card to send to the bottom deck and shuffle to restand him. So he gets him out on Counterblast 1. That's pretty good. Just make sure you keep an eye on your copies in deck again. This helps you, really sets up your plays, gets you boosters if you need them and stuff like that, so it's really nice. And then 4 perfect guards, of course. You don't have to worry about riding these, because it's actually, sometimes it's a good thing to ride them the first turn, because you can Soul Blast this with the starter, so you can Soul Blast this, already get in the drop zone, so you can unflip next time you perfect guard. So you don't have to wait till your second time you perfect guard, and it's pretty decent because it can get the soul out real quickly in this deck. Next we're playing 4 stand triggers. These are very key in the deck because their effect is Generous Break on when this unit is placed on rearguard. Choose one of your units, look your deck, search for up to 2 copies of that card in your deck, call it to rearguard. So if you're out of Counterblast or you can't afford to use a Counterblast because you need to use 2 for your main boss stride, you can go ahead and call this guy, clone it, or maybe you have this guy already on field and you didn't have another one hand to call. For next time you can go ahead and call this guy, clone it again. So he's really important, and the stands work really good in this deck. It's really amazing how they work. 4 crit. If you guys can, you should use this guy, Naruto here. I call him Naruto because he looks like Naruto, and this deck kind of does use Shadow Clone Jutsu, so yeah. His effect is he's just the basic, put him to soul, give you in it 3k. It really helps when you're low on soul for other card effects. You don't have to run them if you can't find them. I know some places pick up the price on them. 4 draws. It helps a lot, so that way you can draw to your pieces or keep hand advantage. 4 heals. This deck is very good against a lot of matchups like Link Joker, Kagero. The only one that it really has a trouble with is Shadow Paladin. That is because you don't really keep rearguards on the field. So if you have to usually keep around 3 rearguards in the field to deal with Diablo. Phantom Blast Diablo. Oh, I forgot to give this guy second ability. This guy's second ability, Generous Break 2, once per turn. When your rearguard is put into the deck due to an effect from one of your cards, you search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as that card. Call it to rearguard, shuffle your deck. So basically, this helps you keep rearguards, so that way you can clone them. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It says due to your card effects. If it didn't say that, it would be broken because if you play against Gear Chronicle and they send something to the bottom of your deck, you're just like, lol, okay, it comes back. So that's pretty good. So that's one thing, because when you play Shadow Paladin, if you're going to go for, if you're striding second when they stride first already, you want to go ahead when it's your first time striding, but they already stride ahead of you, strided before you. You want to go into this guy so you can get Generous Break 2 and start using his Generous Break 2 effect. Because you want to start keeping rearguards in the field, because if they go Diablo on you, they can easily get you with Diablo because of the fact that you'll usually only have 2 rearguards left in the field. Especially if you use your boss card. So if you're going to use your boss card, you have to make sure you finish him that turn. And also, so that's kind of one reason why I run this guy. And then I run 3 Ambush Demon Stealth Rogue Kagami. Sorry if I butchered its name, but this guy is really amazing. First Stride Rush is so good because what you want to do, basically his effect is when this unit is placed on when your unit is placed in rearguard, if you have 2 or more units with the same card name as that unit, to end of turn this unit gets plus 2,000 and continues. This unit can attack from the back row. So when a unit is placed on rearguard, so if it has, for example, you stride break on top of Yasui, and you had this guy on the field, which is what you usually want. You'll Counterblast 1. Call 2 copies of him. We usually call him like this or something. Or if you still have the starter, call him like this. So this guy would gain 4k because these 2 are called from his own effect. He won't gain it from his because he was already on the rearguard. But these guys will gain, since they're both called at the same time, they will count each other as being called. So they'll gain 2k from their own effect and be able to unflip, and then they'll gain another 2k from his effect and attack from rearguard. So you'll be able to go 13, 13, and then if they hit, you unflip. And then you can attack with this. You probably use the effect. So you can attack with this, and then you can and then you'll hit for 13 at your Vanguard, and then at your opponent's Vanguard and attack. So you get multiple attacks in. If you hit a stand, you can restand and get multiple attack again. So it's very nice to get really good rush in. Sometimes my opponents don't even make it past that turn because I get a big rush in and I can finish him that turn. So it's really good for that. Next off is, I know some people like 2 and then run one of the Shiryuki. I don't run Shiryuki because I play tested it for a while. I didn't like it because there's situations I never really got into a good one where I would benefit from that card. And it was a lot more beneficial for me to run another copy of this guy so I can keep pulling the rush late game if I just couldn't go into this one, especially in Shadow Paladin matchup. This is your boss card. It's a restanding unit. This is Ambushed Demon Stealth Dragon Homer Raider. Its effect is Counterblast 2. Choose a face down card named Ambush Demon Stealth Dragon Homer Raider from your G zone, and turn to face up. If the number of face up cards in your G zone is 2 more, to end of this turn, this unit gets drive -1 and auto. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked the Vanguard, choose one of your rear guards. If you do, choose 3 of your rear guards with the same card name as that unit. You may return them to the deck. If you return 3 cards, stand this unit, shuffle your deck. So it's a restanding unit that doesn't have to discard, but you have to send 3 copies of the same unit to the bottom of your deck. You do shuffle. So that's pretty nice. So you'll attack, say, again, if you had the combo out like this, maybe you had to use Strike Break and call this stuff again, the same combo out. You'll just attack with this, or maybe you put this here. Attack with the column. Attack. Attack. And then attack with this. Then you'll have to send them back to the bottom of your deck, and then it leaves you with 2. So the Generation Break 2 effect for Yasui won't come in because he's not the end. He's not your Vanguard, so you won't get the Generation Break 2 effect. So that's one thing why this deck has a problem with Shadow Paladin. So you can't use your boss card against Shadow Paladin really, unless they're either out of Diablos or you know you can finish them that turn. So it's really good for that. Another way is, let's say you had this. Had a field like this. You clone that guy ahead of him. You can go ahead and go like 16 to your opponent's Vanguard. Go 16. Uses pop his skill off. Circle him on top of him. Attack. Send these to the bottom of the deck. Restand. Attack. And then attack with this guy with the triggers on. If you get a stand trigger, that'll be nice. But this way you'll have something to put this triggers on, and you'll be able to get more advantage, and the card will come back to your hand. So not only did you not discard for restanding, but you also got to add this card to your hand. So you get another +1 there, and it's pretty good. It's a very good deck. Just has a really bad matchup against Shadow Paladin. So that's why I run Blizza. Other than that, it's very good against Link Joker, Kagura, stuff like that messes with your field, and Gear Chronicle. So this will be Setsuya signing out. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. If you want to see this deck in action, go ahead and click on the link at the end of the video, and have a good day.